It's not an AMA, short recap about the games. This is a play-by-play. No Instagram, these holograms. Boy, these ain't the same. This out Harmon, you know we do things a different way. We got in the room, come join the team, but don't be in the way. Stay tuned, join that Patreon, we do giveaways. Make nutted than ATM, you know they on a different wave. Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, pick a day. This out Harmon, you know that we glad you here today. This not an AMA. This not an AMA. This not an AMA. Short recap about the games. This is the play-by-play.
Let's go. We're back for the recap. Specifically, Adam, I'm back for the recap. Last week, my insides were liquefied. I wasn't going to make it, buddy. I'm sorry.
Had the morons. The shit you don't want to see, or, well, definitely on camera anyway, you know?
I'm not joking when I say I lost 9 pounds in 2 days. 9 pounds. Just poof, gone.
Well, I mean, honestly, that's just keeps the trend going, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're all caught up, though. We're good this week, man. This is a
Nice.
much better week for me for fantasy and NFL watching than it was last week, that's for sure.
How was the vacation, man? Have a good time?
Not too bad.
Nice,
too bad.
buddy.
We back, though.
Back ready to go. All right.
Back ready to rock.
What
Walk into work tomorrow.
We got work.
Can't wait to catch up on everything.
Got work right now to catch up on, too, speaking of work.
Let's go, man.
Well, let me ask you, what are your thoughts on today as a whole? Or, do you have any?
Well, let's start with the biggest one, man. The most devastating news. I think we could have got Malik Nabers. Not officially confirmed, but it's by all intents and purposes confirmed. Malik Nabers torn ACL, done for the year. Fucking
Yeah, I was
brutal,
I
buddy.
was gonna start with Browns, but we'll just throw them up on the screen. The old the fire actually got him here, right? The old number.
Yeah.
He's done. He's cooked.
That sucks, man. Really sucks. For us dynasty managers, I guess, people are going to want to know what to do with them, right? We want to get that instant reaction. What are we doing with them? Adam, I think if I'm on any type of team that's contending, you give me 2 firsts for them, and it's no question. It's out the door. But other than that, you kind of, like contending teams, you're going to try to trade 1-for-1 for like an Amon-Ra, something in that range. Good luck. We'll kind of see if you can get some of those done. I think it's going to be hit or miss on whether people want to do something like that or not.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, though, might have to hit that tear down. You know what I mean? Like you might have to go a little bit grosser than what you thought.
Yeah, I think best ball and lineup will play a huge factor into whether I'm selling and for what here. Best ball definitely. I'd be trying to get out.
Liquidate.
Lineup. I think it'll depend on what the market tells me to do. Because we've seen similar type of archetypes that just have crazy value insulation. So in this one, definitely not fun, and the injuries are starting to pile up. But whoops, meant to get him down here. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's get to the we got a couple things lined up. Definitely short some holograms today, but we're going to start with the Browns and Lions. And the Browns, probably, Mike, do you think they're making a quarterback change here going into this coming up week? Or, I mean, honestly, I think some of us are still surprised that they haven't yet. But do you think that's coming?
I'm still surprised that they haven't made a quarterback change yet. I was not very high on Joe Flacco coming into the season. I know we had all the good memories of a couple years ago with the Browns and what he did. Comeback player of the year, won some money off it. It was nice, but we saw him when he took over for Anthony Richardson last year with the Colts. That Joe Flacco's dead, man. And this is a shitty shell of himself, Joe Flacco, man. You got to give the young kids some looks, and I don't give a shit who it is, right? Like, ideally, I want to see Shador out there, but Dylan Gabriel looks like he's the next man up. So let's go. Let's make this change already.
Well, we got our first blow up. Let's just talk about the Flacco and all that potentially. But Quentin, since 3 weeks of playing, right? 3 weeks ago. Start sit, we're like, listen, wouldn't play him often, but the question that was asked to us was basically like, in this scenario, I would play Quentin reluctantly, but he took more of a snapshot than we expected then. Last week, really dominated the touches, and that kind of stays true again today, even though this Browns offense is very hard to watch, I'd say. Mm-hmm. This is your guy. This is your guy. He's the one shining bright spot in this team so far.
He's it, and it's coming at the death of Dylan Sampson. It's been slow, but you're seeing this coming. This is Quinshon's backfield, and there's nothing more you want in fantasy football, whether that's Dynasty or redraft, than a guy who's dominating the touches. So big wheels up for Quinshon. Even on an offense that kind of struggles and we don't expect a whole lot of points, man, you're going to want a lot of Quinshon Judkins exposure. So I just hope people didn't fall into the trap of the offseason. I know it was a scary time. We didn't have a lot of information, but there was wild panic in the streets. People talking about, I'll just sell them for a second. Whatever the fuck they were doing at the time, you look like an idiot now if you just, I took a second because I wanted to be safe. Like, this guy's worth every bit of a first and plus. And pretty soon with Quinshon, we're going to have these real conversations about where we rank him in overall dynasty ranks as far as the running back position goes, man.
Yeah.
And I think we just start right at the top 12, and we'll just keep moving this thing up as we go. Yeah,
I mean, I think actually one of the few leagues you're not in with me, the Cook-Up League with Fizz and a lot of South Harmon guys, Coop, T-Rock, everybody, made a trade with Deep Sea that was on the show this week, the trade show. I tiered down from Jonathan Taylor to Quinshon, a first and a couple of thirds. I don't think that existed for a lot of people, but that was easy for me to do at the time, and I like it even better now. I think I kind of already, though, Mike, to be honest with you, based on last week, I kind of saw the usage signaling this was going to be the case. But I will say one of the things that takes this even further to an exciting level, to me anyway, is I would say the receiving work that the kid got this week. Actually led them in receptions, which speaks probably to Joe Flacco and the lack of pushing the ball downfield with this offense. And when he did, it didn't look great. So that's the one thing with the offense to take in mind. To your point, Dylan Sampson right now is about as MIA as he started there. Pretty hard to find on the field, if at all. He was -2 yards on a carry and did not have a reception. So actually, not that you played him, but if you did, you'd be better off having an empty spot. David Njoku and the tight ends. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's not even like we have to worry about who the number 2 running back is, because Jerome Ford out here with 1 carry. You know what I mean? 1 carry and 2 targets. Right.
That's what I think we need to just.
Insane.
We do need to just hopefully move on from Jerome Ford, get him out of here. But Dylan Sampson, even as the 2 and de facto 2 right now, it's the Quinshon show. Getting to Njoku though, and the tight ends, right? David Njoku, 2 catches, 11 yards, and Harold Fannin, 2 catches, 24 yards. Listen, without a quarterback change or offensive upside significantly different than this, we're not going to really like either one of these tight ends on a consistent basis, frankly.
No, it's a shit show for both of them. It is. I guess if you want to chase anything, like you'll chase the Fannin usage. He's doubling them up as far as targets go for this week, but it's still disgusting, right? Like I said before, Adam, it's tough for some offenses to even feature one goddamn tight end, and then when they try to split it up between 2, it just becomes this clusterfuck of grossness. So I don't know. Anybody who paid a first for Harold Fannin is kicking themselves in the dick, and anybody who drafted or paid anything significant for David Njoku or was relying on him is also kicking themselves in the dick. And I want no part of either one of these guys at this point.
I'm fine with them at where I drafted Fannin, let's say in the 3rd, but I would have been trying to move him, right? And Njoku at this point, this is the A-Warp tight end life, frankly, as a whole. Obviously, Mike, though, that's the ugly part of the game. Let's talk about the Lions, and the Lions just continue to have it's a weekly Amon-Ra blow-up. The show is just Amon-Ra, the sun god. Every year, we kind of do this. In Dynasty and in Redraft, we just don't let him have quite that elite share of his say with, whatever your big people are, big 3, big 4. He somehow always gets pushed out of that mix, even though year after year he's been dominating. Today again, 2 touchdowns. I feel like it wasn't even the craziest of performances for him today, but this is almost becoming pedestrian. Like, this is almost becoming what we expect from the guy.
No, I mean, they ended up putting up 34 points against a really tough Cleveland Browns defense, a really, really tough Cleveland Browns defense. And Amon-Ra went out and had himself a game for fantasy purposes, even with Jared Goff playing very below average. I mean, Jared Goff was not that great this week, especially coming off of, what we saw before. So,
sure,
I don't know. I like this offense. you're going to have times where everybody can eat, but your only consistent ones are going to be Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, those are the guys every single week. You don't question who they're going to start. Everybody else kind of becomes a matchup, and you're more of like rolling the dice best ball plays, which sucks. Right? J-Mo got 8 targets, but only caught 2 of them, for fuck's sake. Like, we could really pump the brakes on J-Mo wide receiver 1 season, okay? I don't think that shit's happening. It's not happening. I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely was a little bit of a stretch. I could see where the idea stemmed from, but I felt like it was already kind of a reach. I will say, though, Mike, to me, it'll be interesting to see, if there's still I think there's still plenty of boom weeks here, but to your point, consistency, I don't think would be what we would need for wide receiver 1. That doesn't look to be the case at all for Daniel.
No, and I don't hate the guy. Like, he's perfect even like a lineup league, as long as you roster constructed correctly to be able to, 1, put him in your lineup every week, but 2, make it nothing more than a flex spot or a wide receiver 3 position, because if you're relying on him as a 2 or a 1, holy shit. Holy shit. You don't want that kind of volatility.
Well, you better have like a Jahmyr Gibbs and some, as far as
you better
players.
have some of these fucking running backs this week. That's what you better have.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs. I will say, Mike, to your point, the Browns have actually been really good on defense, and overall stopping the run. Today it came at the expense of David Montgomery, 9 carries, 12 yards. But Gibbs went for 91, and also I think he had a couple catches, nothing crazy, and got in the end zone. So not a blow up for him, although you heard the sound effects in the background there. It must have been, some kind of spooky, crazy, weird thing. But he had a good game, and this is just kind of what you get from Gibbs, even versus the Browns defense.
Listen, you're a top 3 dynasty running back. I don't give a shit how you rank them. This is what you expect. Like, your normal week for these from Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right, definitely.
Every week should be almost borderline blow up.
Yeah, I mean, it's outside of getting in the end zone, I mean, he's pretty safe, and he has tons of upside still. I think for the most part, though, this was kind of a snooze fest. Let's go ahead and get to. Then, Mike, let's get to your Philadelphia Eagles game. What was your take on the game here today as a whole?
Well, so for the Eagles standpoint, we came out and started playing. Like, we were balling in the first half, and then we went back to forgetting how to play offense again in the second half, which sucks.
Yeah.
It's like, one of these times we're going to put together a whole game. For the actual fandom of the Eagles, we're 4-0, one of only 2 unbeaten teams left in the entire NFL. So that's a good sign. The defense played really well at times and then struggled there down the stretch and then tightened their shit back up again. I thought they played pretty well. We still can't really get Saquon Barkley on track, and I wasn't expecting what it was going to be last year. Like, that's almost an impossible feat. Not everyone goes out and runs for 2,000 fucking yards every year. It's not going to happen, but there's still something just off, right? And A.J. Brown, again, another week of being a no-show. Didn't get much from Smitty. It's Dallas Goedert leading the passing attack. Yeah, just like we all predicted.
Listen, in one of my leagues, I had the choice between Smitty and Marv, and I just deferred away from Marv to go to Smitty with the Thursday game too. Obviously, looking back, I'd rather have it the other way around. I think I'll still get a win, but here's my question with Smitty, AJ Brown. We got to see last week, the offense take a step forward. Eric and I talked about this, how we were hoping that, all right, the offense looked like it opened up more. It wasn't quite as just conservative as it felt moving, before the first couple games and then even the first half of week 3. Mike, I mean, this is the thing. It is – I don't want to over, do it, but we're 4 weeks in, and we have another game of not even 150 passing yards for Jalen Hurts. Like, this is just – buddy, it's not that his fantasy days are coming at a super expensive, right? He's still going to have his in fantasy. But it's like, dog, we're at 150. Some games are less. Dude, you're not supporting a lot of weapons, especially when today was a fucking Dallas Goedert blow up. I just don't have a hologram for the fucking kid,
Yeah, it's getting pretty damn concerning, isn't it, for all these weapons? It really is. This across the board. The only thing that you can really rely on right now is Dallas Goedert to be a cheap touchdown maybe once a week, A-Warp tight end life, let's go. And the fact that Jalen Hurts has a ridiculously high floor just because of his rushing ability.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely that. I agree with you there. Jalen Hurts is still going to be – it's funny, I think he's getting, because of the probably a lot of the fantasy production, right? And there's already critics, plenty of them, as you see his shirt, love hurts. He loves to talk to the critics, but people have to be hating with the fantasy output he's giving some of their receivers drafted highly this year. When we get over to the other side of the ball, Mike, it's it's a consistent, almost not a blow up necessarily, but the kid is ball is life. Dude is balling, man. Now he did have his hands full a handful of times with Quinyon, right? And he had to earn it. And he had one really long catch. I forget what it was, something like 50
77
or 60.
yards.
77. Okay, really long. So that's 4. He goes 4 for 101 and a touchdown. I don't actually have on this targets. I think what I was kind of
10 double digits.
I was gonna say I knew it was a lot. Didn't have the number up, but what was interesting was you knew Godwin's coming off the injury, so I didn't want to make too much of it, but I did want to see him kind of step into the driver's seat as far as targets. I think he did do that, and I do think as a whole this offense really kind of struggled early.
You love the fantasy production, right? Like, you can't take away fantasy points, right? They're not based on what ifs or what could have beens. They are what they are. So he scored the fantasy points, but you were right. He did have his hands up until that 77. He was like 3 for 30 against Quinyon. While you love the targets, him and Chris Godwin ended up tied for the lead in targets. We'll see what happens when Mike Evans comes back. Like, that question still to be seen, what happens when they have a full complement and when Baker has this full complement of weapons and kind of how they get distributed. Game script in this one, too, definitely favored them, trying to chuck the ball all over the place. Baker was ass for outside of like some really fun moments with Baker just being Baker. He was fucking ass most of this game.
I mean, to be completely honest, though, it's a handful going against this Eagles defense. Most people aren't having a real fun time playing against them. So
they're not going to play the Eagles every single week. So yes, there's still really good days ahead for Emeka Egbuka. I'm probably the same place I was for the last couple weeks, Adam. Like, we just keep riding this hot hand until you like see that peak where it really starts to concern you. And when it really starts to concern you, then you can go ahead and sell. Like, okay, we're good. All right, we're going to cash out now. But he just keeps rising up, man. Just keeps dumping 20-point games left and right as a rookie. You're going to rise up these dynasty ranks pretty fucking fast, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, looking at the first 4 weeks here. He's averaging 7.5 targets a game across them. That'd be 128 targets. So that's going to put him in pretty good company, not to mention he's showing out. So we'll take that. Bucky ends up having a nice day today as well. Well, that's Egbuka again, sorry. Bucky has a nice day today. He both these guys had big plays, though, that really kind of padded their stats if you weren't watching the game.
Yeah, Bucky, though, getting a hell of a lot more involved in the receiving game than I thought he was going to be, right? Rashad White's always been a pain in the fucking ass, especially when it comes to the receiving game, but they tied in targets 5 apiece. And why Bucky did have a 72-yarder that he ends up housing.
Yeah.
It wasn't all just that. The rest of the volume, he still would have ended up with like 4 for 30 in the receiving game, which is good looking out. Like, man, okay, if they're going to get Bucky involved in the receiving game, we might actually get that, top 5 RB season out of him that we were all hoping when we drafted him.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just think about this for a second. If he ends up being their leading receiver at 102, but him and Egbuka 102, 101, right? Let's say you take away the 70, what was it, 70 even? 72? What was it?
72.
So 72. Yarder. Even if you take away that, if you tell me he got 4 for 30 today, like, you aren't obviously looking at it with that glaring, oh my God, look what he did in the receiving game. But that to me already is a little bump where you're telling me he's got 4 catches there. So I think the receiving department for him would be huge if that's something to be looking forward to. I just think there's probably a scenario where that ends up being a little more of today's boom because of the fact that they were getting gouged early in this game, right?
Well, what was impressive about that 72-yarder is he did that against Jahad Campbell. And that's an athletic fucking linebacker that he just ran away from and kind of made look silly there on that wheel route, which was like, ooh. And by the way, one of Baker's actually good plays of the day. That was a perfect fucking pass.
Sure
perfect.
Was.
There was no defense to that one.
And we get to the Chargers Giants, and we touched on Nabers, which we'll get to again. But listen, Omarion Hampton balls out today. Top 5? He was when I put him as a blow up, but he was definitely one of the best finishers at the running back position I was looking.
just falling outside the top 5 because his fellow running mate of this rookie class, Ashton Genty, decided to go, Boise State.
Oh yeah, forgot about that guy. People were laughing at him today. Even so we'll get to that. Don't worry. Yeah, you're right. So, but a great performance by him. Honestly, he looks. Not that I ever doubted that he's a guy that when he gets downhill, it's not Derrick Henry, but when he gets downhill, man, he's a fucking load. Honestly, like I don't know if you knew this about. I don't know if you knew this about the kid, but he is someone that you don't want to see, coming full head of steam at you if you're in the second or third level, really.
You know what? It's crazy because of the UNC thing, but he's like if Javonte Williams had speed too. You know what I mean? Just that. Oh my God, this guy's a load. I don't want to touch him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's something else and it's good to see him. And we'll get to it too. But the rookie running backs, we're back, baby. We're back. So we had
a lot of them
2.5,
coming back,
maybe 3 weeks of just fucking panic in the streets about these guys' production. So
yeah,
good for him. Probably the most impressive thing too. They lost Joe Alt pretty damn early in that game.
That's the one thing I want to talk about with this whole Chargers offense. I will say, to me, while it definitely was good for Hampton, right? I think part of the reason that we inherently wanted Hampton, or we're going to push his stock potentially too high right away, because of the offensive line. And we're like, all right, the situation is definitely better for the Chargers. And they've been, through the Chargers, especially before today, even today, they've looked like a complete ball club, period, right? The offensive line, both down tackles, we'll see what happens, but that could end up being, let's just say the offense did not move and had plenty of ups and downs with this Giants team today, frankly, right? As they lost the game. I mean,
the offense struggled outside of 2 players, and one of them's on the screen.
Yep. And QJ?
There we go. We're fucking back, baby. I'm ready to do crazy, stupid things for Quentin Johnston. This is 2 weeks. 2 weeks you go, okay, fuck it. It's QJ still. 3 weeks, you're like, I should probably start paying attention. This is 4 fucking weeks in a row now of QJ. 4. I mean, I know Keenan Allen being there has not helped Ladd McConkey's role, but you want to talk who the alpha of the fucking passing game is? It's been Quentin Johnston all season. All season.
Yeah, I will say, I don't want to take away from the Quentin Johnston talk, but this guy right here, to me, we got to have some combos now. Dude, this is I just had a couple questions in different places. So I'm not going to name or shame or say, but it's a real question people are asking: is Ladd McConkey droppable in redraft?
Oh, wow. We got to droppable. Holy shit.
Buddy, he hasn't been a wide receiver too.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on, just wait. Really, I'm going to re-say that for those that maybe,
shit.
He has not been a wide receiver 2 for the season, Mike.
That's not a high bar to hit. You know what I mean? Like Trey Tucker.
In an offense
that's
been going crazy, kind of, right? Like,
that's fucking nuts, man.
Now, I guess here's my question. Dynasty obviously is not the same conversation, but is there a panic level for you here? Or are you thinking this is just something that's, better days are coming?
Well, to say, like if you go all the way to like droppable, right? In Dynasty, rightfully so, you should be panicking because of QJ's emergence and the fact that Keenan Allen has been such a detriment to Ladd, and especially with how they use Ladd last
Keenan Allen, see, this is the thing that happens with Keenan Allen. He is a slot merchant, and he is someone that is just a quarterback-friendly option. He's going to get open, right? Even if they're not explosive plays.
The only benefit is you're also relying on Keenan Allen to maintain this for the entirety of his season. He is older, and he does have hamstring problems in the past. Injuries aren't his friend. If he goes down, let's say in the next couple of weeks, and he pulls a hamstring, you'd be pretty upset. Because Ladd's going to slide right in and just take all of that work that Keenan Allen was getting, right?
Sure.
It's not going to fucking Trey Harris. It's not going to whoever the hell else they're using out here.
Real quick, though, let's just do
Scott
the Ladd.
Matlock.
Let's have the Ladd combo, though. Ladd McConkey, right now in Dynasty, is your wide receiver what?
Dude, he's way lower than what he's on Keep Trade Cut right now because they only got him at 15, man. So
well, So we'll start there. Ladd or Rashee Rice?
Rashee.
Ladd or Marv?
Marv.
Zay.
AJ
Brown.
I'll probably stick with Ladd. This AJ Brown thing is really
okay.
This whole offense is shit right now.
Ricky P.
Ricky P.
J-Mo.
Toss up.
T.
T.
Worthy.
Worthy.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter. Long term.
Golden.
Give me Ladd still. I got to see Golden.
All right. So
for
for those that are wondering, we're in the 27 range.
Yeah.
This is a guy that people were, locking in top 12.
Ladd McConkey or Jordan Addison should be a conversation.
I'd probably stick with Ladd, but I think that's probably not even the smart play. I think you probably should consider taking Addison because of the, the offense looked better this week.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we normally don't cover the 9:30 game, but anyway, the Chargers.
Ladd or QJ?
Ladd. But listen, it was a joke before. Now we're having a conversation. Honestly, we really are.
I'm back. I'm back on QJ, man. I was about to chide you a little bit tonight about how hey, I was just early on that Puka for QJ trade a couple years ago, and then Puka went fucking nuclear. So now I still can't say shit. But
listen, for those that think I'm a Puka hater or something because I have neighbors over him, just know you should go check out Certified Shit. Get yourself the black Rams jersey, number 12, since Devontae Adams had to take his number. Mike, let's go ahead and get into this one here. This will be fun. People have been wanting to talk about, so let's do it. Woody Marks. Woody Marks.
Let's go, man. One of my few dubs this fantasy season so far. Woody motherfucking Marks.
Listen, Woody Marks goes 1769 on the ground with a tug. And also, the big thing about him, pause, but that could be taken out of context the wrong way. The big thing about him.
His name is Woody, so.
That's why I'm saying this. This is why we pause, at least. I said what I said, okay? I can't take it back. But the receiving game, right? 4 for 50 and a touchdown on the ground as well. Or he had a touchdown on the ground and in the air, 4 for 50 through the air. Listen, it's Tennessee. I'll say that. I think we must caveat with that. But if that's the one caveat, everything else is fucking phenomenal about what we saw today, frankly.
Good night, Nick Chubb. Yeah, it's been real. It's been fun.
For those that don't live in Cleveland, you maybe didn't know. I've known. It's unfortunately his burst is just, it was gone. It was really fucking sad to see, but it was gone last year, dude.
They got him in, and they stopped with the bullshit about putting Dare Agumbawale in for pass protection. And DB put in the Discord one hell of a fucking pass pro rep where Woody Marks levels the fucking linebacker coming off the edge. Great to see. Listen, I'm full aboard. Let's start this fucking Woody Marks hype train off, right, man? This is the RB1 in Houston. This is the guy. This is the one you want. Found fucking money for the Houston Texans.
Yeah, I think just realistically, this whole. We now have, I think, realistically, about Nico every week. We add Woody to the mix. This is our Texans coverage. This is really all that you'll need to see or hear about. At the moment, anyway, it's very much that way. Like Dalton Schultz, A-Warp tight end at best. Everybody else just kind of don't care at the moment, frankly.
Yeah. Hey, Jaden Higgins scored a touchdown, so they remembered they actually spent significant draft capital, on another receiver.
Yeah,
crazy.
He had the one catch too to go with that.
That
one
was
touchdown,
it. One target, one catch, one touchdown. We're building, Adam. We're building blocks.
Well, speaking of building, this team is rebuilding.
Jesus Christ! Fire everybody.
Dude, listen. The Titans are a absolute disaster of a rebuild. They have so much. It feels like if you were orphaned a team, like in Dynasty, where you've got nothing. You feel like you have nothing. Like you might have one really good player. That would be Cam Ward or something, right? But Cam Ward can't save this whole roster. You have a lengthy cleanup. This roster's awful, man. Like at least
coaching
so far,
staff is
the way they're
disgusting.
playing with the roster talent is just terrible, frankly.
Coaching staff has no idea what they're fucking doing. I remember getting in an argument when Callahan was hired there. Somebody really hyping him up because of the Bengals, right? Like, oh, look what he did. Mind you, at the time, I was like, the fucking guy didn't call plays for the Bengals, right? Like, the head coach calls the fucking plays for the Bengals. This guy doesn't call fucking plays, right? Just because he happened to be in the
not yet
vicinity of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Joe Burrow, all of a sudden we're going to elevate him. I don't think he knows what the fuck he's doing at all. He can't devise an offense for shit. You have Tony Pollard, who's serviceable,
Mm-hmm.
You got A.O. Manor, who's like, okay, we got an interesting rookie. And you have Cam Ward. And that is it on this whole fucking team.
Well, dude, so just think about this, right? We have absolutely nothing from this guy. 1 week he was over 50. Every other week he's basically been completely milk carton worthy. Calvin Ridley.
I wonder if he's betting on the games again.
Well, I mean, honestly, Mike, here's the thing.
Check that FanDuel account.
This time, even if he was, he's not fixing them. They're just fucking bad. Just take the under, take them to get beaten the spread. I mean, he's not fixing anything. He's just betting them, you know?
Well, he's betting against himself. That's what he's doing. He's taking the fucking under.
Yeah, but it's not like
he's betting the other team on the spread. Don't give a fuck what it is.
Well,
like,
technically,
this one could have been 26. He's like, I'm taking it.
Well, technically against the rules and very frowned upon. He's actually not fixing anything. This is just how they're playing. You know, this is just the best
he's just
they
gonna
got.
Show up and do his normal thing.
Poor Tony Pollard, man. Like he's just honestly in a point per carry. You know, unsexy, worth something. But honestly, he's just complete volume with no substance really of worth, right? I mean, it's gross. It's gross everywhere on this team, honestly. Let's just move on.
You're gonna get your 6 to 10 points and be happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it's heavy points per carry. He might have a little more worth, but not much other than that. All right, buddy, let's talk about this. Listen, I'm gonna keep doing it. I don't know if I would call it a blow up game because frankly he was MIA for the majority of it. Does get in the end zone. Rome Odunze. We'll talk about someone else on the other side of the ball here because the Bears end up winning this game by a point. But, Mike, where are you at with Rome at the moment? Started pretty scary. He was no catches for 3 targets for a while into the game here.
Nope. But kind of like we said a couple weeks ago when we talked about Rome, he's the alpha of this fucking team. Okay. Yeah. So you're going to have a great floor every single week, right? Every wide receiver is going to go through weeks like this too, where – and it didn't even finish badly for him. Like you said, at the end of the day, you're like, okay, not a bad game from Rome, right? But it did not start great. But every wide receiver, I don't give a shit if you're Jamar Chase or who the fuck it is, right? Malik Nabers last week was, what, 2 targets?
His worst game he's ever seen. He had 2 catches for 13 yards. Yeah, worst game.
Yeah, every wide receiver, I don't care how good you are, is going to have bad weeks.
Yeah.
But it's good to see. We're just going to follow the fucking volume. This is the Bears wide receiver 1. You want all the Rome Odunze that you can possibly fucking get.
Well, I think I know what that segue is all about, frankly, because what happened there, buddy, is listen, Genty, the black hole, I think, has something to do with that. But we'll get to that in a minute here.
Yeah, Rome Odunze though, completely fine, finished just right. Bears squeak out the win, surprisingly. Don't know how, but they did it. Good for the Bears. They did
do it. Let's go real quickly. We can go back and forth here on this one, but I think it's just time that we talk about, the Genty blow-up, which took place. I think it was Dan that laughed. I don't think I know, but LMAO Genty. And then, when I saw someone in the Discord put this where it says, the Ashton Genty doesn't look special talk after 3 weeks was truly some of the most brain-dead sports talk of recent memory. He said, he hasn't, LMAO. Sometimes people stick to their priors, even when, the guy has a good game. I think this is the thing. The Bears' defense is not very good. So this was the game to try to get him right. He had some big plays, big, long runaway runs, which is what you were wanting to see. I think there's still going to be some troubling days ahead, if we're being completely honest, right? The offensive line is bad. This offense is not very good. But this is what you wanted to see from the opportunity that came from today's game.
Yeah, their quarterback's terrible too.
Gino's fucking dog shit, y'all. We've been trying to tell you, but it took a while to get here, I guess.
This is my favorite trend right now. My favorite trend. When I go upstairs, I'm going to tell my wife to bend over so I can see her Geno Smith.
Nice. I love this.
Got to see that ass. Let me see that ass. Yeah, he's fucking terrible, but it's good to see.
Sorry, my friend. Just the way we yap. We'll try to tone it down a touch.
With these rookie running backs, so it's good to see him. Like, he needed this game. He needed that confidence. Amari Hampton needed his game.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Quinshawn's going to need that game. We're still kind of waiting for the Travion Henderson, right? But they need to get that confidence in him.
Yeah.
And Adam, I don't know if it was just this week, but did you notice too? He went back to the upright stance. He went back to the Michael Myers stance. He told Chip Kelly to beat it, man. I don't give an F what you got.
Right. Speaking of that, it's October here. It's time to get back to the dark mode, so to speak. But I will say this came. I don't know if it is Genty per se came at the expense because Genty had 138, but the passing offense today, with the way it's been divided around a lot of players today, I mean, it is gross, man. Gross as heck. I honestly think, Mike, that's probably – I'm kind of good on this game as a whole outside of that. But did you want to talk Swift, I think, has been a little bit I would say uninspiring would be being nice, right? We'll go to maybe the other side of the ball here.
He's a Tony Pollard of the Bears. That's what he is. Like, just who cares? But he's getting the work, so that's all you really care about, I guess.
I will say if this team might get 2-2, if they end up being, as the weeks progress here in the mix, this is a team I could see very much
making a move.
Absolutely. I like Swift. I think that if he was to, show some burst and show some stuff, that he'd keep this job. But man, you look it's been incredibly uninspiring, right? And
right.
Ben Johnson, stuck with him because of the way the personnel went in the draft. You expected him to draft a running back, a Genty or a Hampton, and they didn't. But we already know what their history has been in the past, and I could definitely see as the deadline approaches, them making a move if there's the opportunity to do so.
The only thing saving his job is just everything else on the roster behind him is terrible too.
Well, no, I mean, there's no one. Yeah, no one's doing anything now. DJ Moore again, man. It's just this has been the sad one to see. I love my roam call and love hitting that, but it's honestly really come at the expense. When I was making the call, I did not think that it would come at this type of an expense of DJ Moore. He's just, even on 4 catches today, 38 yards. It feels very hard to trust him at the moment.
Yeah, Keep Trade Cuts got him down at wide receiver 39 already, Adam. And
this is the
that
problem
might not be low enough.
Yeah, the problem with a guy, it's funny, we talked about 27, 28 years old. You get to that point, you're literally 100% tied to your production. So you start not producing and people are ready to, fly off the handle. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about Puka Nacua, man. Puka Nacua in this Rams team, 27-20 versus the Colts. Puka goes, let's see, what was the final tally? $170. How's that? And 13 catches for the record.
13 catches, man.
13 yards a catch, 13.1 for 13 catches, 170. Devontae Adams, while got in the end zone, dwarfed as far as receptions going one way or the other here.
This was all Puka all the time, and one big play to Tutu Atwell for 88 yards when they needed it the most.
Stafford went for 3 touchdowns as well. Yep.
Stafford had himself a pretty good game, man. It ended up being the Matt Stafford game. They did some things with the running game. Corum had some moments. Kyron kind of did some things, but this was find Puka and let Matt Stafford just cook. And he decided he wanted to cook with Puka and almost exclusively Puka.
Yeah.
Great to see if you're a Puka manager. That was awesome.
No, for sure. I mean, listen, Devontae, again, he got in the end zone, so salvage the day there. And Kyron, I will say this. Kyron still, you definitely want shares, but there was when they paid him, it's interesting how the usage is starting to, I think they're just using Corum as a spell back more so now, right? Mm-hmm. Like we just want to, as in the words of Chip Kelly, load management for the kid, right? That kind of sucks a little bit for Kyron because part of the great thing was he's attached to a good offense and he's going to be out there for 80-90% of the snaps and you're like, all right, this guy, you fucking just want to have it every time. He's still good. He's still very talented, I think. You're seeing it. But, man, there's a little bit of an upside, I think, that's taken away from Corum coming in there and taking 9 carries out of versus 13,
Yes. Yeah. Like it's starting to get eaten into a little bit too much where you're starting to poop your pants, especially if you're relying on Kyron as a locked-in RB1 every single week. Now you're like, no, this is not that he's bad or he's quite to that level yet, but this is like if Tony Pollard was on a good offense. Yeah. This is where we're at. Like Tony Pollard was on a team that could actually score points every now and then.
Pittman today got in the end zone, but 5 for 41. Daniel Jones was not the Daniel Jones I think that he's been, I would say, at least the first 3 weeks.
I called it this morning.
Yeah, I mean, and this Rams team's legit, dude. I'll say that for sure.
Yeah.
So, overall, uninspiring day for the squad as a whole. I don't think Adonai made a lot of lineups. Also, while having 3 for 96, the amount of times where he left, it's just hard to watch sometimes, Hard to watch.
Just leaving points on the field, literally.
Just leaving points on the field. And JT was coming off about as fire of a game and streak as you could be. And, listen, got a lot of work still, but 17 for 76. He got 5 catches for 20, but all that work didn't get quite to 100 yards. So the Rams knew what they wanted to do, take away 28,
Yeah, they learned their lesson from last year and what Saquon did to them twice. And they said, we're not going to let this running back beat it. We're going to make Daniel Jones beat us. And Daniel Jones showed that he can't. He kind of started turning back into that pumpkin that we know and love. Right? Sometimes it takes 4 weeks.
Listen, this is debatable, but the only one that's going to come up, because the regular one isn't, so blow up for Tyler Warren. Getting in the end zone on the ground, I think, was a big part. He had 5 catches for 70.
Yeah.
Listen, as far as tight ends go, it's going to be a really nice finish, too.
Yeah. Tyler Warren's still doing his thing, much to my chagrin, but hey, I had start-sit questions this morning, and I confidently said Tyler Warren over a lot of other good tight ends. So I'm coming around.
When you have to learn to pivot. Pivot.
Yep. I'm taking my lumps. Pello was right. I was wrong. My bad.
Where's Pello? Pello? Can you hear that all the way across the board? It's the first time he gave you one of those. Sometimes you just take it and run. Commanders game, Mike. Anything you wanted to get into specifically here?
Not really. Just it just kind of is what it is. I like the bounce back for Atlanta though, and Michael Penix, because he was getting a lot.
I was going to say last week. I think the Falcons was the more exciting thing to touch on. But Penix did bounce back. I think, like, I do think there's going to be kind of an inconsistency from him still. But you definitely love to see this. Period. 20 for 26, 313. I think he had 1 pick, but he had 2 touchdowns. Had a great game. Bijan just continuing to be and doing
awesome
Bijan freaking things. I mean, listen, guy almost went for 200, right? 100 aside. That's a CMC deal. The CMCs are the guys that do 100 on each side. He almost did that.
I don't want to be that guy.
But you're going to be that guy anyway. So
I'm going to be that guy. Because we've lost so many greats already this season. So many Malik Nabers and Joe Burrows and Jaden Daniels is missing time. Like, we've lost so many greats. It's about time we lost some mids to bads, all right? Like, it's about time that turf in Atlanta just, happens to, leave Tyler Algier
out of the wrong knee instead of the right knee,
God, I'm so sick
it's almost like we got to send out to the Grim Reaper people in the wrong jerseys, so he thinks he's getting somebody else, like
we're like a Tyler Algier away from Bijan Robinson just every single week, single-handedly winning your lineup, like just dominating that much. But no, we always got to have a little Tyler Algier mixed in. It just pisses me off.
Listen, when you get in the end zone, you get 70 and you get 5. I gave it to Warren, so damn it, Kyle Pitts, baby. In the end zone, at the tight end position. Actually, Mike, do you have it up? What his tight end finishes at the moment?
Yeah,
probably not crazy high, but I imagine up there.
3, right behind. That's Tyler Warren.
It's unicorn-like shit,
It's good, man. 18 points and non-tight end premium. That's nothing to sneeze at. So
we will take it. And listen, Kyle Pitts has been sneakily getting much more consistent work. I think a game like this was in order. Now, be it a unicorn and being this consistent, I'm not there yet, but his work has been sneakily solid, and you're just hoping that the offense of last week stays away, and I think there's going to be some good days ahead for Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, it's looking up. Fizz called this one, right? And it looks like Michael Penix is delivering for the most part, other than last week, obviously. And
obviously Drake London leads the entire room.
The alpha.
8, 110, and a touchdown. Blow up not coming up, but we got, the standard, because that's just kind of standard shit for him. After last week, if you evened out the 2 weeks, Mike, it's just Drake London standard weeks now. So let's go ahead. We have a few more to get to here. What's that?
It's a good week to be have the nickname Drizzy, too, because we haven't even talked about the best Drake out there.
That's true. What do you think here? You want to go Niners real quick?
Let's go Niners, yeah.
All right. Who do you want to start with here?
How Mac Jones should be starting for this fucking team.
You don't like this Purdy kid?
No.
Really?
No, he's not good. He's not good. I don't know why. I don't know why people have this obsession with him. To your point, though, when he signed that contract, he's got relatively safe dynasty floor, yada, yada, yada.
Can I tell you? Let me give you guys I'm going to give my guy a shout out. I know he's not going to watch this. All right? But let me give you want to talk about get-right games and revenge games, all right? Shout out my guy. Rub the belly. Eric Armstead goes to the Jags. The Niners won't pay him. And this is on the road, buddy. This meant a lot for Eric. Shout out my guy. Congrats, buddy. It's a huge win to go into the Niners with this team, T-Law led, get a dub versus Purdy and them. I know it has to feel fucking good, buddy. That's one of those things. If you played sports in any capacity, there's not much better than that, frankly, right?
Right. It's funny, too. It's like the Mac Jones game, right? Because Mac looked better than Trevor Lawrence at the end of last year. They're like, nah, we good. Let's go to San Francisco. Mac goes to San Francisco. He looks better than Brock Purdy does.
And Christian McCaffrey, just, Christian McCaffrey, like things. Very inefficient on the ground, but goes for 92 through the air and a touchdown.
11 targets, man. They're going to get this guy killed.
I told, was this – did so many shows this week. I'm trying to remember who I had the discussion with, but I think it was Eric on America's Game. Like, last week he had 30 opportunities when you count touches on the ground, obviously carries, and then targets. As far as raw number of opportunities –
28
again,
this week.
Yeah, I mean, literally, dude, if you're averaging over 25 opportunities, Mike, you just fucking, dude, if he dies, he dies. We'll take it, though, right?
Enjoy it. Enjoy it while you got it. Please, just keep praying.
The rest is, speaking of A-Warp tight end life, don't have one. Sorry, not sorry. Jake Tonjes gets in the end zone. But let's go to the Jacksonville side, Mike, here, and let me ask you, what was your takeaway from today? Obviously, ETN has that really long run to the crib.
You were hoping for more from Tootin. I know I sure was.
Buddy, we thankfully pulled him. Now, I don't even know. We'll have to see if it worked out. But the Tootin usage, while he got in the end zone the last 2 weeks, has kind of been you're waiting for Cohen to really give him more work. It just hasn't happened. And didn't happen today as well.
ETN looks spry, though.
Dude,
he
ETN
goes on that long run.
ETN, 124 yards. Let's see. 19 fucking carries, buddy.
Yep.
That's a Jaguar workhorse, for those that are wondering.
Yep. Trevor Lawrence still confirmed ass. Still terrible.
Dude, I refuse to give the kid one. We're not doing it. No hologram for the kid. BTJ is absolutely not on fire, by the way.
Nope. And we're still going to continue this. We like the targets. We just don't like the production.
We don't like the quality of the targets,
No.
Nope. Yeah, and Travis Hunter had a solid catch, but man, this has been so underwhelming. This is a defensive player,
That's what it is, man. Oh no, he had a solid catch. That's the death sentence. Thanks, Adam.
You're welcome. How's that for strange? Let's see. Let's go to the. I don't know. The rest of these games are kind of. We could hustle through them because there's not a lot to really discuss. I guess from the Patriots side, Hunter Henry continues to just be Hunter Henry, man.
From the Patriots side, Hunter Henry is still Hunter Henry. But there's two things I just wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Drake May is him. You guys are welcome.
Yep.
Right? I know Peter's doing backflips too about his trading away Joe Burrow for Drake May. Right deal, Peter. Good job. You made the better choice. But Stephon Diggs starting to look healthy again.
Yeah.
Starting to look healthy. So, listen, everything I wanted from Calvin Ridley that he's not giving me, maybe we'll get it from Stephon Diggs. Huh? Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
There's a possibility. And Travion got in the end zone and got a lot more work than he has, all season. It's just still not there. Like, it's still just...
No. Yeah, it's... I mean, honestly, this game was, as Eric would call it, a three-way fuckfest. Now, granted, they ended up destroying Carolina, so that kind of warps the numbers, so to speak. But I want to see more in the receiving game. And I feel like I think he's really great pass pro, but it has not translated early, and I think that's going to be what separates him down the stretch if it does. If he does separate himself from the pack. To your point, Stephon Diggs, 101 yards. Honestly, Mike, this game was just so – dude, the Carolina Panthers are just an awful team and infuriating coming off of the week they just had, right? Like
they absolutely embarrassed the Falcons and then get absolutely embarrassed this week. It's so weird. This is the only saving grace on the entire team. Even with Christian Gonzalez back in the lineup and following him around everywhere, still a solid week, and that's what you want to see. You don't want to see him get completely shut out, but he did just enough to be usable in fantasy.
Well, speaking of three-way fuckfest as well, granted, again, it was a blowout, but 10 carries Chuba, 7 Trevor Etienne, 9 Rico Dowdle.
It's coming though. Look at the Trevor Etienne usage. It's starting to get
no,
there.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm actually saying that while it, part of the numbers are looking because of the blow up or the blowout, I should say, not the blow up. Chuba was a guy last year I was extremely interested on because of cost and because of opportunity in front of him. Right, this year cost went up and you thought the opportunity could be there, but it wasn't a guarantee and started to look that way early. Mike, to your point, a lot of these rookies, and this is what happens for a lot of rookie running backs, talented or not, like they take some time to get, more snap share and get going. So if this becomes a true committee, buddy, yuck. With this offense, yuck.
Mm-hmm. You just hope he ends up overtaking Chuba Hubbard.
That would be what we want. Chuba was solid, but Etienne was solid too. Actually, on the ground they were fine. They didn't move the ball and score the ball. Bryce Young, Mike, I'm so disappointed. I'll tell you the truth. I didn't even give him. Think about this. In every league I was in, I didn't even give him lineup consideration this week.
That's fair though.
But
also you don't know what you're getting week to week.
No, but that means, buddy, like right now. What the hell do I want with this kid?
He's down. Like, do I start Bryce Young or Geno Smith this week? That's not a good territory to be in.
Yes, you start one of them. They're gross, but not feeling the greatest. What was the one other? Oh, let's talk about this one here. The Chiefs and the Ravens, buddy.
Man, I didn't think the Chiefs were going to be able to do this to the Ravens, man.
I've been waiting for. Because I think it was on America's Game I was talking with Eric about how this team is still very capable, but they have not put it together, and it feels like it's been a while. The capability showed today in a big way. They kind of waxed the Ravens, frankly, and the Ravens are down to 1-3 now, which is kind of crazy to think about.
I just want to point out: is it any coincidence that when he got his wide receiver one back, Patrick Mahomes went back to being Patrick Mahomes of old?
Dude, just think about when he actually gets his wide receiver one back here soon.
Oh, come on.
There he is. Look, he's coming.
It's Xavier Worthy's team, man. That guy's good.
He's on his way. Dude, we are 2 weeks away, as you mentioned it. I'd love to hear that. By the way, Worthy, though, was back in a big way. Number one, I'll give you that. He is the number one for the Chiefs. He had a good game today, though, and he got 2 carries, too. He balled out. It definitely – you could tell, opened the offense up. The Ravens have been gashed a lot, honestly, when you look at the season as a whole. But this is definitely Mahomes' best game. 4 touchdowns, no picks, efficient. Like, this is kind of the game you're used to seeing from the OG Patrick Mahomes, 2023, 2022 type stuff, right?
The only thing I didn't like is they put Brashard Smith in. He made some really good plays where you're like, oh my God, okay, this is the juice that they need in the backfield, right? Like they got their receiver back now, their ability to stretch the field. Now Hollywood Brown can be like a field stretcher. They can use Tyquan Thornton in a weird way.
Opens it up even more for Kelsey now, yeah.
Right. Now we can divvy it up and they're not going to expect Juju to get this slant route, right? They were doing almost everything right, and then they decided that, hey, we still need to give Kareem Hunt 13 carries for some terrible reason. Like, stop it. Jesus.
Listen, for those who don't know, that's Woody Marks, okay? And listen, while Woody was great today, stop it. Judkins.
It's Judkins by a landslide, yeah. So it was starting to look good for them. I know the Ravens just, I don't know what the hell. Like they just got dog walked. Defensively, offensively, it just did not look good. The only thing
Lamar's
on offense,
they have had Lamar's just number by and large. Now I'm not saying there's some games they could have won, that they didn't in the past, but man, Chiefs versus Ravens has just been kind of, unfortunately, it's like, I don't even know how to explain this one. It's hard to explain. It's not good. Not good, man.
The only good takeaway I have from the Ravens is the fact that in a game that they're getting dog walked, and it wasn't this massive blow-up game, you like to see that from Zay Flowers. The target usage, still being able to get 7 catches, 70 yards. Good on it.
Redraft, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do, right? You hope for a better day. Where are we at in Dynasty here? This is a couple super scary performances here.
Couple of them, yeah. I don't want to.
Not like last year where he's going crazy. Last year, this time, remember he had opened people's eyes that he wasn't dead, right? Now he's doing the opposite, making us feel like we jumped the gun a little bit.
I think he still has that in him, though, to have those massive week winning
He does.
upside.
I'm
right?
glad you said that. Right.
It's just going to be a lot more volatile, right?
I think last year we saw some of these games kind of in the middle of the season, not maybe quite as glaringly bad, but I think if they have a game script where it gets away from them, this was always in the cards for Derrick Henry. But it is he's kind of boomer bust almost in a way.
Yeah.
That's crazy to say, but I don't want to besmirch the king, but it's what it feels, you know. Zay was consistently solid. He's been consistently solid all year, but nothing really going today for this pass offense as a whole. Mark Andrews has 7 catches, so in tight end premium probably fucking gave you a nice little cook up for that effort, you know. But yikes,
we did it.
Outside of that, normally we don't cover the London game, and Kenneth Gainwell thing is what it is. I guess we'll say that. So last games to cover then here is the Bills and the Saints, Mike. Dude, it's Josh Allen MVP. Is that should we just do it now?
So I know Maddie, maybe Eric this morning on Start Shit was talking about how he's going to finish QB1. Now my biggest concern was they were going to dog walk the shit out of the Saints. I thought they were going to dog walk the shit out of the Saints. For a majority of this game, this was way too close, and Josh Allen really wasn't like being Josh Allen. And then all of a sudden, to your point about Josh Allen MVP, it was like Josh just said, "I'm done fucking around." Okay, like I'm gonna juke somebody on a run, which was crazy to see Josh Allen put the shakes on a linebacker. I was like, "Oh my god, look at this!" And then I'm gonna hit Dalton Kincaid on this fucking route up the sideline, ball game.
Honestly, Mike, the thing is, though, and I know he's your guy, and you got the team bias as well as you defend the guy a lot, but this was like a plus version of what we see from Hurts, honestly.
Yes, yes, it was.
It doesn't look the greatest, not his best game, but he finishes elite. Like, that's welcome to the Josh Allen experience. This is not the greatest of days, but that's why I say, is it MVP for him right now? Front runner for the MVP, would you say?
He's got to be. Got to be. I don't know who else we'd put in consideration for it. He's been the most consistent top to bottom all year and has those moments already on lock. So, yeah.
Listen, James Cook's just going to stay on fire. So how this works is on fire, if you don't remember the game NBA Jam, you hit 3 in a row, you're on fire, and they typically all just keep going in.
He's on fire.
Dude, it's dude, James Cook, man. So I got him in one of my Dynasty leagues, and Rusty Tromboners, I think it was. I can't for sure remember, but it was in a big trade, and I was a little worried about him this offseason, right? And mainly because of the contract and the timing of it. Bro, this dude has been probably a absolute league winner, even in redraft, because some people were a little cool because of the situation, him scoring so many touchdowns last year in the offseason, lack of hype with the team. So James Cook's just been unreal, honestly. About as consistent as they come.
He's really kicking those people who touted touchdown regression as a thing right in the teeth.
Dude, fantasy, let's just say, fantasy receipts had a lot of fun with this one. There was like a laundry list of people.
Well, I believe it.
It was bad.
I believe it. There's people talking about when he wanted the contract, he wasn't worth it. Like, just move on. Let's get Ray
Don't
Davis.
Don't pay a running back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't need him. And then he comes out this season for fantasy purposes, right, Adam? 21 points, 27 points, 21 points, and then today 23 points. James Cook is on fucking fire. Yeah,
consistent and high-end upside. I'll just say, though, when we pivot away from that, Khalil Shakir had a nice little day today, nice little quiet day. If you're going to have a quiet day, this is how you want it to be. 5 for 69 and a touchdown. You know, it was a great performance for him. Although
hell of a catch and yards after catch on that. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was – I think a lot of people still, Mike, aren't familiar with the game, really, of Khalil Shakir, frankly.
He just doesn't have that, like – look at his damn hologram. It doesn't look like a yak god.
Yeah.
That's not what he looks like. You know, this don't look like Deebo Samuel, but he might be Deebo Samuel.
Yeah, it's like Mike, honestly, it's like listen, a product can be great, but if the packaging isn't elite, it might not sell the same way, right? Like the packaging just isn't quite the same with the kid. That's really what it is. But Khalil Shakir had a nice day. Aside from that, though, it was a good week this week outside of obviously a absolute massive L for us and Malik Nabers. And, you know, the injuries are going to just continue to pile up, we hope, in smaller numbers than years past. But the unfortunate truth is that we're going to have more and more injuries week by week, man. So
unfortunately,
hopefully you have some backup plans out there.
I have a pretty big feeling if you guys want to tap in for Wednesday AMA, we will be talking a lot about what we're doing with Malik Nabers and what's going down. And I'm going to guess, Adam, probably on the trade show that's coming out on Saturday, we're probably going to have a few Malik Nabers deals to break down. Probably.
And I will say, though, it's interesting with Burrow, like the delayed reaction. So Burrow was in every deal this week but the one I made. It's like sometimes people are a little slow to react, but we'll definitely have a Malik Nabers trade show. You can almost guarantee.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming. Like Troy Aikman says, coming right in your face.
We are that's right. We're coming right in your face. And speaking of coming right in your face, listen, go check out some come right in your face. I mean, Puka Nacua came for 13 catches. A big day for him. And if you want some jerseys, some fan gear, certified sh.it. Don't forget the .di. And we'll see you back here, same time, same place, next week for the NFL recap. We're out of here. Peace.